Kick it off. This will just be a quick fire AMA today. I've got to jump on a pitch to a Angel group in about 45 minutes, so I'll have to
All
make this a quickie.
all right. You want to jump off first, then? You want me to jump it off first?
You go ahead, Trent. I don't have
Okay,
a lot to
perfect.
cover.
So, what's been happening here in Pin US is rolling as you how we wanted to. Everything's going according to plan. As far as commitments go, we're over our budget. It hasn't showed up yet on the pledge because I literally have to go hand carry these guys, and I have a kind of a bum ankle that doesn't want me to work it out with some other things. So it's just kind of funny. But everybody I've gotten in front of so far, it's a 100% close that wants to invest in PIN. It's just how much. And so we're going to hit our 200,000 goal. So I'll give yourselves a clap. Going to be done by next week. Um, let's see. I talked to somebody yesterday that wants to do a business, that wants to come on board, that's talking. This is their numbers, not mine. Running, $1 million a month to quite a bit more through our system on one of their accounts. They're already running it through something else, and they want to switch to PIN. So that's huge news. And this is a company we already talked to a few months ago, but now they're about 4 to 6 weeks out for running that kind of volume through. So that'll give you guys the opportunity to get in and decide how many pins do you want to own now before it gets out of control. Now, a lot of different things have been going back and forth of, do I buy shares? Do I buy tokens? Well, here's what I would tell you. They're both good. If you have the ability, you buy enough shares, so actually buy enough tokens too. Looks like Jay, when you came on, you gave it an echo. There we go. Are we good now? Okay. So, but I would say this, guys: when you can buy shares of a company that's valued at what Craig put the value at was a lot less than what the country of New Zealand suggested or other places suggested. Is that right, Craig? Craig, are you there? Okay. So, anyways, yes. So we're just going to go with that. As far as the contest goes, what we're doing is there was the people that won the most transactions, and who won the most transactions was what's his name? Pete Timms, the meat market. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's say happy.
Sorry, Trent, I was just sorting out that echo in the office. So, yep, 100%. We have Peter Timms has the most transactions in Christchurch at the moment, so he's the competition winner for that. And
Yep.
I'd like to announce also the user side, which the most transactions has happened from a gentleman in the group called Daniel. Um,
Daniel.
uh, Although Mary Boy actually did more, but because he's kind of an internal staff member of ours, we can't actually award that to him. So Daniel is the winner for this week, and I'll notify Daniel in the TG soon.
Nice. And what those were, because we did hit $1 million in volume per day, so that was 25,000 pins per. If we hit $1 million with a million pin volume per day, that was going to go up to 50, but it was 25,000. Unless I stand corrected. That's what I had down on my notes. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Look, we topped a couple of million for about 3 or 4 days in a row, which was pretty impressive. A lot
Yeah.
of that was to do with internal movement, though. So the competition was for 25,000 pins, and Daniel
Yep.
and Chris Timms from Peter Timms both will receive 25,000 pins each.
Nice. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. We need to now get everybody to be using this. That's what's good. So the ones that are going out, good job. Pin Americas, the pin partners aren't up yet, but I have a lot of people that it's an easy sign on, and I'll let Craig cover how easy it is. I mean, guys, it's a no brainer for people to want to do it. That's not the hard part. My focus right now is getting the funds in that we need, and it's going to go through Pin America and Pin New Zealand. And so that's my focus, just so you know. So, like, well, what about the U.S. pin? Signing up U.S. pin partners is as easy as saying hello to somebody. Okay, so it's not hard. So we're not worried about that part. That'll come right into place. It's getting the right people. So I'm more focused on I want the right accounts and the mean guys to catch us on. The people love it because they just used it. It was fun. And the DT6 because they were asking where Paisano was at. They're like, he's over doing that pimpin thing. You know what I mean? Because if you see the meme, the pimpin, you know what I mean? Because it rhymes with something else, but it really means pimpin is necessary. So that's going to be our meme, guys. You know what I mean? Pin it to win it is good, but pimpin is that thing that's right on the edge of that edginess. But it's spelled Pin, not to be confused with the other spelling. But it is very catchy and people are loving it. So here in the U.S., that's what catches on. I know also all around. And so those are the contest winners. I'll think about another contest as we're talking, but I'm going to let Craig talk now. Go ahead, Craig.
Hey team, hope everyone is well. I'm just going to do a quick update on my side of the business. So Pledge Me campaign is going well. We're at 107,000 out of our minimum target of 200. Like Trent said, he's got potential investors coming on board from America, and I'm still looking at potential investors here. That is our crowdfunding campaign. We have also had some quite good feedback from one of the pitches we did with an American investor about 2 months ago. Hadn't heard from him for a little while, and then he just sent us a lovely email the other day saying that they are still interested in investing in PIN, although it's going to be a long process. So very exciting things coming from a funding point of view. We'll have that campaign over the line very shortly, which will give us enough funds to get through to our Series A round, and we have a potential investor in America.
Can I jump in? I'm sorry to interrupt. But
Sure.
guys, here's what this is what this means to you. Okay, so what I would say, if I'm going to say this, is not financial advice, but the shares in the Pledge Me is the most important right now, and I'll tell you why. Because the company is valued at 13 million, right? The more Pledge Me that we get in there, the more stocks that we get bought, the more value that it goes up. The more accounts that I'm going to bring on here in the U.S. makes our stock go up. So once our stock goes from a 13 million valuation to, let's say, hits 100 million valuation, then this American company decides they're going to do it. Well, they're going to be buying it at 100, which means your stock went up 10 times more. So your initial investment is worth 10x. So I just want you to think about that. So when you're looking at the tokens or the Pledge Me, the Pledge Me is as this company grows, that's how many X that it goes up. So every time it goes above 13 million or 15 million, if you do the full 2 million, right? Now, if it goes 30, that means you're 2X, 3X, 4X. So that's what it means. So these bigger investors, what he's talking about, when they come in and they decide they want to throw in millions of dollars, they're going to be buying it at a lot higher rate, which means that your stock and your value is worth a lot more money. So I just wanted to cover that.
Yeah, 100%, and well said, Paisano. That is the situation. The crowdfunding is a situation where we're offering it out to our community members and our believers from the start. It is seed fund money. Seed fund money, you always get a better return on investment because you're investing at a much lower valuation. So later on, obviously as investment companies come in, they get a lesser deal. So campaign's going good. Potential investors are on the hook at the moment. Pretty confident there. Businesses onboarding, still onboarding a lot of businesses throughout New Zealand at the moment. Two of the better ones that we've onboarded this week is one supermarket. This supermarket is just around the road from the Pay It Now office. Now, it's not a mainstream one, but it's still a very busy supermarket. So myself and Jed went in there the other day. I bought some eggs, I bought some bread, and I bought some milk. Went up to the counter, didn't tell the ladies who we were, and basically just wanted to pay with PIN. All of a sudden, a phone comes out behind the counter. They put the transaction into our POS system. We scan a QR code. In a matter of seconds, we have and are walking out of the supermarket goods. It's like it was so intuitive to them. No hassle, just an easy process.
All right,
another
great.
I
do this. I do this. I got it.
Do it, mate.
Guys, this is what I, most of us in here have been with this from the beginning. We got some people on here. So I'm saying this for the old and the new. Guys, we said exactly what we were going after from the very beginning, and we haven't strayed. We were going after the supermarkets. We were going after the attorneys. We were going after the medical. We were going after the restaurants. We were going after the coffee shops. And guess what we've got signed on? the stuff that is recession-proof. Craig just signed on the first supermarket where people buy their groceries. Do you understand how mainstream that is? I want you to think about that. That people are going to use their app that's going to pay them back to go buy groceries there that they can turn into cash if their family needs it. Or they can go spend that somewhere else at one of our other partners, which is also going to pay them to shop there. And sometimes we brush over things that are such a big deal that we are adding all these companies that it doesn't matter what's going on in the economy. That in fact it's going to push them towards PIN because they're getting a better value than they would shopping with normal cash or credit cards, and it's going to be on both sides. The vendor's going to want to pay less fees to Visa, MasterCard. The person buying is going to want to earn for buying what they want to do. Sorry, go ahead.
No, brilliantly said again, Paisano, and that's the thing. I just give out the facts and Paisano and makes it clear to the community what this actually means. And it is massive, right? So although it's not a mainstream supermarket, it's a supermarket. So other supermarkets might start looking at the supermarket and go, well, hold on, these guys are jumping on board as first adopters. Maybe we should be one of the mainstream first adopters. So it's just a matter of time. Once one starts, they all start. So that was a good business this week. And another one. I woke up on Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. looked at my emails. Someone had sent me through an email at 1:30 in the morning. And it was a PIN partner application. Now this PIN partner seen us on Facebook, emailed an application through. I went in and seen him yesterday afternoon. He's the owner of a set of bars called Good Home. Now if you live in New Zealand, you know this brand. Throughout the whole of New Zealand, they've got 14 stores nationwide. And one of the most popular bars and restaurants in Christchurch throughout New Zealand. Went in, I met the guy, I asked him, how did you hear about me? He said, I seen you on Facebook. And I just thought, why would you not accept crypto payments into your bar or restaurant? And got talking, I said, well, have you used the app? Yeah, I was just playing around with it last night. And I said, well, should we make a transaction? And without me doing anything, he put through a transaction on the system. I scanned my QR code, and away we went. I had a glass of water. That's right, a glass of water, not beer this time. So I wasn't drinking. Doing well, sure. So from 5 o'clock tonight, in his bar in Christchurch, being one of the most popular bars and restaurants, we'll be offering a free drink for anyone that comes in the door, downloads the network app, and we'll give them enough tokens to buy a free drink at the bar. This guy is going out. He's going to pitch to all the other good homes in New Zealand and other bar and restaurant owners in Christchurch. So massive deal for us here.
That's huge. That's huge, guys. And that's the point. Once you start getting into those areas, and then everybody in there, a bar, and we'll send our guys in there, and it's going. Reflections that they get to do good deeds for people, maybe buy somebody else's groceries, and you know what, say hey, we did for PIN and submit those requests to PIN, and we might do that. So we're working on things like that in the background, guys. We want to be known as that company that is for the people. Not for the corporation. We want to be known the one that wants to help the people, the business, everybody all around. We want it to win. Holders win, investors win, and the actual business win. And that's what we're working on, and we're doing a good job, guys. We did every single thing talked about, and added new things on top of it, including PIN Marketplace, which we keep adding new stuff. I got guys here that want new stuff. I met with the t-shirt provider here in the U.S. They'll make anything that I want, and was for an hour today. He'll make me sort of merch that I want, so that way we don't have to ship it from wherever. And he also will potentially be an investor in PIN also today. We never talked about that part. So that's just kind of nice. Some of us in the U.S. are worried about wherever and shipping it. Comes some cool stuff. So
just to add to that marketplace, Paisano, one of the reasons investor in America is looking at us because of our marketplace. He's extremely excited about it. So It is a good bit of tech that's coming out. We still haven't dropped it yet because we're just navigating a few issues with the freight API. When it comes to global freight is the issue that we're facing at the moment. But we're very close to dropping pin marketplace to make it live very soon. So that's exciting. And just from the side of things, Jet and the team has just been busy this week redoing the hosted payment gateway, which we're now calling Checkout powered by PIN. So that's version 2. It's now changed from PHP coding into JavaScript, which makes it a little bit cleaner and faster. And that will be going on the marketplace as well. For our Shopify accounts, we expect to onboard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 businesses today, so that we have pay with crypto button on your Shopify account. I'll do some promotional stuff in the group chat later on to show you which customers are using that. Roadmap going forward from the commercial side of things, we are looking to integrate with point of sale software called Ven. We've got our tech team starting that next week, integration. We are also looking at providing our own point of sale software. That is possibly on our roadmap where we will give our point of sale software out to all our partners free of charge just to utilize the PIN network. So that's our growth strategy moving forward.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jit, you got anything you want to add? Hey, look, it's investor down there. Let me see if it's investors. Yeah, look at investors there, guys. Investors helping a lot in US. And you got to pop in. You'll be in here a lot more often from this point forward. I guarantee you that. But hey, what do we got?
I should have mentioned, guys, that PIN Australia is in the process of being incorporated now as well. So a little bit schedule on that one.
Good. Tell them I want to see some investors from Australia, and then we'll see. I want to see them to pledge me account. Let's compete on that right now. We'll worry about the PIN partners in a second. But let's see who beats them to pledge me. Let's have a nice friendly contest between us and the Aussies.
Yeah, totally agree.
Is there, or are you just pretending? Where's he at?
I believe because he's recording the session, he can't speak on the session. Otherwise, the recording is an echo. I'll just see if everyone.
Wait, what's going on?
No, nothing. Is there anything you want to cover that you're excited about?
Well, there's a lot, but I'm not going to cover anything today because there's a lot of things that we're working on, and I learned my lesson last time. So until things are nearly done and are just polishing up, I'm not talking about it. Craig's said a lot, and I've heard a lot today that I wish we hadn't revealed yet, but it's all good. It keeps the community hyped up.
And plus, it's just to push you into getting things started and progressing forward.
Yeah.
That's good.
Just to let people know why I wasn't on the call today, we just on with Today Software. They're bringing in a lot of new features to their current PAWS offering, which is always great because they've got so many people on board ready to go. We've got a lot of people coming on just because of the fact that Today Software is a PAWS provider that's already in use and a household name. So basically, they're just updating their stuff and adding some new features that we're providing with them. So I've just been on the phone with them. So I apologize that I wasn't on the call today. But yeah, Craig's already spoken a lot about all our future plans, so it's all good.
And if I what any of those were, then I would say always names of things, which mean absolutely nothing. I understand the pause one. Understood that one. But the rest of I don't understand. So I think you're safe, buddy. If I don't understand it, probably a lot of other people won't. But other than that, guys, you know what? We'll put out another contest here. Watch for the community. We'll think one up. We'll put it out there in the next day or so. We had the winners from last one. But keep going out there and just pin with pin. Every single store that you go into, especially in New Zealand right now, it's like, I want to pay with pin. And just assume it. What do you mean you don't take it? Why not? It takes 2 seconds to sign up with them. You know what I mean? That's all it is. And then say okay. And then have the gumption say, well, I'm going to go over to this other place. They take pen. Let's see. I want to see somebody post that. I got some pins for somebody to post that. But it's got to be real subtle. It's got to be real subtle. They can't notice. It's got to be in there.
Just going to answer a couple of questions that I missed last week as well from the AMA. This is from Hagop. He wanted to know for the free pin tokens that we're offering for the campaign, the Pledge Me campaign, where do those pin tokens come from? So I did cover this a couple of weeks ago, but maybe we covered enough. So those pin tokens will be a buy on the chart. So basically what we're offering if someone pledges $10,000, we give away $1,000 worth of pin tokens. So we're going to take $1,000 out of the Pledge Me campaign and buy those tokens to give your green candle. So they are not pin tokens that we take out of our Minty wallet or anywhere else. We just buy those on the chart. Now the other thing is he also had another question about where do the pin tokens come from for these competitions that we do win AMAs. Well, these pin tokens come from reflection. So as we have majority of pin tokens on the network, we also receive reflections as well. So we take those reflections that we receive from people buying and selling on the BSC network, and we give them back to the community as competition rewards.
Can I jump in here? Thank you for reminding me about this. We talked about this last week covering this. Guys, from the beginning, there's been a marketing wallet that when we had the 4% reflection, and there was pins literally set aside for marketing, that how companies do it is they literally sell it on the chart because it creates money to pay people to do work for the company. Now, these guys have not been doing that. And then other people were asking them, like, well, hey, what are you going to do with those? We're going to set it up. It's designed the way to sell, to create money, to create more money. Here's how it works, guys. You have to spend money to make money. Okay, and there's literally a marketing wallet that is literally created for what it sounds like, marketing. What does that mean? I want to get paid. Some people want to get paid. Great, we got that. Some people want to get paid in something else, and they might have to sell it. Now, here's the thing, they have not been doing that, right? But just get used to it. There's a marketing wallet there that also gets reflections every time people buy on the BSC. And the whole idea is to have those pins available to do what we're doing now. And if we want to pay somebody, you know what I mean? We pay them, and they have the ability, if they want to, they can sell those pins on the market after they get paid. That's their choice. But just get used to that, because that's how every company works when it comes to their marketing wallet. Some people saw the chiller. Well, hey, it's like, listen, that's literally the way it was designed from day one. Now, just because they haven't been doing it that way doesn't mean it's healthy for the company. We got to keep company health above what our personal, whatever the chart is. Most people in here are in here for the long term. If you're not in here for the long term, go into some other pump and have fun. Those guys are doing real well right now. These guys are in my opinion, you know what I mean? We know January, where I think it's going to be not January close. I'm feeling the heat. No, I'm not. Listen, this company is doing everything the right way. And when we got to pay people and pay out of the marketing wallets, so they're going to be moved out of that wallet. Why are all these being moved? Because we might have to pay somebody, maybe it's an attorney to do some expenses. Maybe it's somebody building our POS software. Maybe it's a contest that we're doing. So just get used to that, because that's literally what the wallet was designed for. Was for those expenses. So sorry, Craig, go ahead.
Yeah, no, beautifully summed up, and with that marketing wallet and reserve wallet and site owners pools, all those wallets receive reflections as well, and we like to give those reflections back to the community. And going on further, a while back, myself and Jet talked about giving our reflections back from our dev wallets as well. We're going to do a Christmas promotion where myself and Jet will give all those reflections back to the community.
Wow. Wow, you guys are sure givers, man. So I just want to see the community start to give back. So how do we give back? We go out, we tell everybody about pin. We take AMAs, send them to them. We send them our little memes like pin is necessary. And when we go into the stores, especially in New Zealand, where we're at, I want a pin. What are we talking about? You know what I mean? Of course, be cool about it. What do you mean you don't take pin? Everybody's starting to think, you guys got to get signed on. Let's get you guys signed on. I can get you guys set up. You know what I mean? But it's in your hands. This is your company, guys. The more people that are using this, the more that you're getting paid, the more that you're saving them. And think about the business owner. Sometimes you got to remember these are mom and pop stores that are trying to make it. There's been a pandemic. There's been inflation. And if you can save them 2 to 3% on their transactions, that shows that you care. So instead of just being selfish, because obviously it's going to take care of you, let's think about the people, the small business owners. The big business owners are going to take care of, but they also need help too. But you're helping everybody. So I'm just going to suggest to you that when we're not doing that, we're being selfish. And we're not thinking about all the people that we could be helping because when they're doing $1 million at the end of the year, when we save them, you know what I mean, a couple hundred grand or 50 grand on their bottom line, they get to give their family or their charity or keep the business alive, keep employees, because you were the one that brought it up to them, they'll remember forever. So. Just something to think about. You know, don't want to put it on there, but sometimes we think, no, we're bringing it up because we're literally helping people. Now, the great part is, like I said, it's a win-win. We all get help at the same time, but we're saving business money, which means they get to make more profit, means they get to hire more people, or they have money in reserves to do the things that they want to do and stay around. Shows you care. So unless there's anything else going, is there any other questions anybody else has? And we get this thing stopped a little early. So that means that it'll be easy for people to watch. This is not too long. Sometimes people go, yeah, watch it.
Alrighty, I'm going to stop the recording here.
Okay. Stop the recording here.